Good evening. I hope I'm audible. Are you able to hear me? So let's start the session. So we are beginning this session. Let's start UPSC CSE English. So what is an academy? An academy is India's largest online platform where you are able to avail a lot of courses at a single point with the top educators across the country. So what is our speciality? Our specialities are we have providing daily live classes. You can directly have a chat with the educator. It is something like a discussions where you can ask your doubts and you will get answers. Then we are providing live tests and quizzes. You can evaluate your own preparation by the regular mocks and quizzes. Also, we provide structured courses and unlimited access. Once you are enrolled into any of the courses, you will be access to all the live and recorded session, and you can watch n number of times according to your convenience. You can download our app from the Google Play Store or App Store. Then about me, I'm Liyamol Biju. I've completed my Masters in English and currently a research scholar. I have more than conducted 100 sessions as a career counselor and more than 3 years of teaching experience. So you can actually WhatsApp me if you have any queries or doubt. This is my number 9497811785, and you can follow me on Telegram for the daily notes and updates. You can check my profile in Unacademy. So you will access to all the top educators at single destination. So this is all about Unacademy UPSC CSE subscription. This is of 1 month, 3 months, 6 months and 12 months course of subscription. What is the specialty of UPSC CSE subscription is, once you are enrolled into the courses, you will be a mentorship program under a person who has cracked the civil service. You can avail discount by using my user code, that is BIJU. So this is all about my special classes which is scheduled on 22nd August. It is a revision class on which we'll be dealing the following topics like different dance forms of India, Jainism and Buddhism, and the revolt of 1857. This is not a live streaming on the YouTube. You have to go to the Academy app and you have to get it. I'll share my link of the courses. You can just go through the courses and you can schedule it. That is, the first course will be starting scheduled on time 7:30 to 8:30. The second timing will be of 9:30 to 10:30 and 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock. This is all a revision series. I'll post the link in the Telegram channel. Also at the end of the session, I'll post the link in the chat box. So let's start. We are going to deal with current affairs session today, and the course is structured in such a way that it will be useful for both your prelims as well as your mains. So let's begin the session with MSME. What is this MSME? MSME is micro, small, medium entrepreneurs or enterprises. So recently it has changed its definition. So MSME structure has changed its definition. This is a new definition, and the definition is like this. You can expect this from your prelims because they may ask you their alter definition and confuse it. So MSME redefined, and government has taken the following measures, that is increased investment limit, introduced additional criteria for turnover, eliminated difference between manufacturing and service sector. Amendments will be like this, and this is the new definition of MSME, that is micro, small and medium. Micro units will be companies with the investment up to 1 crore and turnover below 5 crore. Small units will be the companies which having investments more than 10 crore and it will be below 50 crore. And medium companies will be the investment up to 20 crore and the turnover will be 100 crores. So this is about MSME schemes or MSME, the new definition. MSME stands for micro, small and medium units. The next topic what you're going to deal with is Brics Bank provided as 1 billion loan to India. So the new development has decided to provide 1 billion emergency assistance to combat with the coronavirus. So the pandemic coronavirus is making a lot of trouble in our country. To enforce with it, to adjust with it, the Brics Bank is providing a loan of 1 billion. So what is important for us is the new development bank, formerly referred to as Brics Development Bank. So the new name of the bank Brics is New Development Bank. So what do you mean by Brics? Have you heard about it? It is actually a union of what? Of some countries, that is Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa countries has formed an economic forum, international organization. It is just a unity between this following, that is Brics: Brazil, Russia, China and India, China and South Africa. This is Brics stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa. You can note this because such kind of questions you can expect. And how is the structure of Brics? It is just not in the form of organization. It is an annual summit between the supreme leaders of the 5 nations. And the chairmanship of forum is rotated annually. So if 1 year one country is chairing this, another country will be chairing the other thing. This is about Brics, a general idea. And together Brics country account for the 40% of world population is by Brics country, and 30% of the GDP will be handled by the Brics country, that is 30% by Brics country. And what is another salient feature of Brics is it is an emerging investment market and global power block in the world. That is all about, you just need an idea about Brics. And New Development Bank, it was previously known as what? It was previously known as Brics Development Bank. So it is a multilateral development bank established by the BRICS states. That is, BRICS states include Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa. What is the main agreement between this? This is focusing on the development of these countries, mainly to assist them by finance. The bank was set up to foster financial and developmental cooperation among 5 nations. Bank is set up to foster the great financial and development among the 5 nations, and in the Patola Declaration, this is a declaration which decided that you will form an association, we will form an organization to help these countries. This is a quadrilateral, this is not an international organization, but it is a summit which will be the bank's headquarters in Shanghai, China. So each participatory country will be assisted by one odd, unlike the World Bank. So World Bank, who cannot odd, there is a thing. In World Bank, mainly according to the shares, according to the GDP that they own, they can cast the vote. But in BRICS or in New Development Bank, every country, every nations included in this can, and none of the country will have veto power. Nobody has a veto power. Once it is declared forever. The New Development Bank will mobilize its resources for infrastructure and sustainable development projects in BRICS and other emerging economics and developing countries to support emerging economic developing countries to supplement existing effort for multilateral and regional cooperation. This is all about BRICS, and this is all you had to know about BRICS. Then we are going to deal with another important thing is Atmanirbhar Bharat. What is this Atmanirbhar Bharat? It is a scheme. Generally, Atmanirbhar Bharat is a scheme by the Indian government to assist the people during the financial crisis arised due to the COVID pandemic. Atmanirbhar Bharat. This is a general idea. What is otherwise it is known as Self-Reliant Indian Mission. Another name for Atmanirbhar Bharat is Self-Reliant Indian Mission. It is mainly important for the development and focusing on sustainability to gain the global market. Self-reliant is very important. So, see, it is like vocal for local. Vocal for local means it is something that promoting the local industries in our country, promoting the handicrafts of our country to compete with the upcoming or upgrowing industries. So this is the main initiative of Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. Atmanirbhar or Self-Reliant Mission of India. So this is like a twofold project. It first check the liquidity infusion and direct cash transfers also being concluded or included in this for the proper work. Okay, and it is like a shock absorber to the society. Some problems has happened in our country, so the government wanted to resilient it to cope up with it. The government is enforcing this act like Make in India project, Digital India project. All can be concluded into a session like this, and it is also a long-term project for the growth. It is not like a short-term project like once it is grown forever, nothing like that, but it is a long project. It is like growing, secluding everything, including everything, and it is focusing on the growth. See, mainly why it is now important, it is to recover the shock from the COVID-19 pandemic. So we all know that 1991, what was our problem? we had many economic crises, and the government at that point was forced to open Indian economy to the entire world. And we already have celebrated this. Who was the mastermind behind this? Our former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh was the mastermind behind this initiative of 1991, and it was like opening everything to the world. We are very stringent to before that time, and everybody had many rules, regulations. It has just freed some rules and regulations so that it can attract the other forces from the other investors from the country. So same like in what we had faced in 1991, it had a financial crisis. Same problem awaits now because of COVID pandemic, because many people has lost their job. You can't go out. You can't go out for work. See, like the unorganized sectors has affected mainly due to this COVID pandemic. They can't go for work. Where they will go. See, Manrega programs has been stopped in past 5 months. This all have a negative effect on our economy, and we have to sustain. We have to cope up with the present situation. For that, Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan will be helping us. So, there are many challenges associated with it. And what is the impact of stimulus pact? Now, a stimulus pact have been impacted. It announced to agriculture and allied sector so that it can be coped up. These reforms to one nation, one market. Why is this important? The resilient pact or the impact include that is one nation, one nation, one nation, one market. That is the main aim of this. The self-reliance neither signifies exclusively or isolate strategies, but involve creation of helping hand to the whole world. Just remember what about this? Vocal for local. Then it also infuses a sum of 40,000 crores money into Manrega programs. Then this is all how it helped the primary sector of the society. See, we have 3 sectors. What are the 3 sectors? Primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector, which is helping to cope up with the economies. So this is the first initiative in the primary sector. The second initiative in the secondary market or secondary sector is to boost the Indian economy. It has recently announced a rupees 3 lakh which provide collateral free loan for MSMEs, that is micro, small and medium entrepreneurs. They will be providing a loan of 3 lakh rupees. That is a present criteria. And what is this? It's second sector, that is a second sector or secondary sector can create a lot of employment opportunities. When you are investing in the market or when you are helping the market. Then it is to the tertiary sector. What is it? Government adopt a balanced approach in addressing the concerns. Example like newly launched Pradhan Mantri E-Vidya program is a multi-mode access to digital online education, provide a uniform platform for the whole nation, which shall enable schools and universities to stream courses online without further loss of teaching hours. PM E-Vidya program. PM E-Vidya program is another initiative here. PM E-Vidya program. It is like, what is that? It is an online platform where a direct streaming is given to the educational facilities where you can watch the classes online directly and without losing the watching hours. This is all about Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative and the impact of the present stimulus pack. Then the program, that is Atmanirbhar Bharat, will be conducted in 2 phases. That is phase 1, what will be conducted? The first one will be conducting the sectors like medical, textile, electronic, plastic, toys, everything will be considered manufacturing sector. And phase 2 like germ, jewelry, pharma, steel, mission will be based on the 5 pillars. There are 5 pillars, that is like economy, infrastructure, system, vibrant demography and demand. All these 5 pillars will be considered. According to that, systems will be organized to reach the market. The mission is also expected to complete an Making India initiative, and which encourages manufacturing in our country. And does this have any challenge? Yes, this is having a challenge, that is issues of liquidity, where the fund will be coming. The package has announced a rupees 20 lakh crore. Where will you get it? Because you have to take both physical and monetary measures to avoid what? To avoid depreciation or appreciation. And majority of packages liquidity measures supported transmitted by RBI to RBI will be transporting or transmitting this money through banks. And lack of demand. Another problem with this lack of demand. See, due to lockdown, many things has been changed. The entire society has been changed. Before that, we will be going to hospitals for each and everything. Okay, we started to limit all these things. We started to buy limited products. That is, the purchasing power parity of an individual also has changed along with the society. Everything has been changed. So lack of demand is another problem that we are facing today with this. And you have to have a common platform where you can have a direct contact with the right persons. You should not mismanage the money implemented to this. This is another major challenge which is being faced by. And what all you can do to overcome this problem? We can enhance the demand. Okay, we even more demand, more supply. I think in economics you have gone to economic demand supply curve. What is it? If you're having more demand, more supply, right? More demand, more supply, the money will be balanced. But less demand, less supply also, it is a balanced form. At the same time, where you having more demand is more. What about the supply is low? There is a hike in prices. So this also has to be managed. So we discussed Atmanirbhar Bharat. This is an initiative which helps you to cover a lot of problems, right? This is for prelims and also for mains. Now we are moving with India moves up to 74th rank in Global Energy Transaction Index. What is it? Global Energy Transaction Index. This is employed by World Economic Forum, an organization. It studies about how utilization of energy is being taking place mainly by securing an environment friendly or environment where everything is being under the renewable source of energy or non-renewable sources of energy. How far we are using clean energy. That is what is checking in this index, that is Global Energy Transaction Index. It is actually a study of measuring clean energy transaction in how many countries? 115 countries, and it has showed that 94 countries has made progress in this using environment sustainability, but is lagging here. Then Sweden has topped this and followed by Switzerland, Finland in second and third position. So this index is World Global Energy Index is published by World Economic Forum. What is this World Economic Forum? Have you heard about it? Do anybody have an idea about what you mean by World Economic Forum? Just think for a while. What is it? Is it a public organization or an international organization? What is it important? Is this is publishing only this index? World Economic Forum is publishing many indexes. We will be dealing with all those indexes in detail in a session, and this section we are just copying with Globe Energy Transaction Index. What is this? World Economic Forum. Is it an international organization or a national organization? And whether it is conducting summit. Why I'm asking all these questions? No, it usually asked because World Economic Forum is a what? It's a not-to-profit organization which is established in the year 1971 in Geneva, Switzerland. And the theme of WF 2020 is Stakeholders for a Cohesive and Sustainable World. The theme is Stakeholders for a Cohesive and Sustainable Theme. What is this? It is a platform where largest companies or everywhere in the world is coming and taking. This is studying a lot of things and this is publishing a lot of things. We'll be dealing it with this details. So just remember that WF is a non-profit organization and the theme for WF 2020 is Stakeholders for a Cohesive and Sustainable World. Then what we are going to deal is another important thing, Jharkhand's Sohari Kowar painting has got GI tag. What is this GI tag? GI stands for Geographical Indication tag. Geographical Indication tag is given to such a product where other product won't be there. Only one product, such kind of product will be there, and it is geographical indication. It is given to a specific place, that is geographical indication tag, GI tag. And what is the speciality of Kowar painting? Like sparrows, peacocks, squirrels and cow will be inhabited in the world of Sohari and Kowar painting. It is a art form. It is a serving speciality, that is it is practiced by two women at home and usually mother-in-law and doctor-in-law combined. This is something very funny because usually in households, you know, there will be some problems between mother-in-law and daughter-in-laws, but this all problems are being solved here and this is being done by mother-in-law and daughter-in-law. It is mainly for refer to the decorations of marriage chambers and all, and is a harvest painting on mud houses, repairing it after rains, offering thanksgiving for sources of nature. So this is all about Kowar painting. Just you have to remember the features. It might be asked, but you want to know more about geographical indication tag. What is it? It is a product. It is a tagline which is given to certain product which having unique geographical origin. It should be origin in some place, or it have a geographical origin, and it should be evaluated over centuries. Not one. Today you are bringing something, you are painting something. Suppose you are an artist, you are painting, you are dancing, you are creating some forms, and you are asking for geographical indication tag. They won't give you. It had a specification that it should be passed through centuries from one. That is like it is like a continuation. So father to mother, father to children, children to their children, like that. It should be a continuous form. And GI tag is governed by Geographical Indication of Goods and Registration Act, and it is issued by Geographical Registration Society, Chennai. What is the benefit of a GI tag? Once you have you are getting into the GI tag, it is like a legal protection to Indian geography to show that this is from a particular place. You don't have a duplicate. You can't duplicate it also. It also promotes the economic prosperity of that region or that people. It also gives a all pan-India recognition which boost for the exports. This is all about GI tag. Like many things has got GI tag recently, like Chakao is another product. Chakao is another product which got GI tag. It is something like a sticky rice in which is cultivated. Chakao is a rice which is cultivated in Manipur. Then Gorakhpur terracottas. And what is Gorakhpur terracotta specialty is the entire work is done in hose with bare hands. That is a specialty of Gorakhpur terracotta. Chakao and Gorakhpur terracotta also got GI tag. Just remember this. What is GI tag? What is the specialty? What are the benefits when you are getting GI tag? Then Minister of MSME launches Champions Portal. What is this? It's just a smaller unit or a portal for solving grievances, supporting and helping and handling the problems in MSME sector. It is just like a control room cum management information system. This is the web address. The system utilizing modern day ICT tools are being utilized here. This is all about Ministry of MSME launches Champions Portal. So just what you want to know is what is this portal, who is launching it. The launching is by MSME, and what is its main purpose? It is just solving the problems and encouraging and supporting and helping and holding the things. This is all about it. MSME Champions Portal. Then India sees fallen CO2 emission for the first time in 4 decades. See what happened due to the COVID pandemic. Everything has been closed in past 5 months. No pollution, nothing. No vehicles are coming out. You know that Delhi, what is the problem with always Delhi? Delhi is problemized. It always comes in news because of its pollution. Overpollution. Even the overpolluted Delhi is to be normal, and this is for the first time in 4 decades because everything is being closed. Nature itself is refreshing, and nature itself is saying, yeah, I am just rejuvenating. This is a phase of rejuvenation in nature itself. It must be noted that just result of nationwide lockdown. It is only not just the result of nationwide lockdown to combat COVID-19. As per the analysis, what is happening? Because electricity usages has been compensated, and it also weakened the demand for fossil fuel even before COVID-19. Is it COVID-19 is the only reason? No, not only that. There are other reasons like electricity usage has already come to low, and the demand for the fossil fuel also has come to low. And emissions, countries' emission also go in reverse. That it was emission before this lockdown, the emission pollution was going like this to up. Now it came to like this downward. This is all about it. And as per the study, Indian carbon dioxide emission fell 15%, have like to be fallen by 30% in April. It has already come down. See, this might be asked for your prelims, or for your mains you can add points. Then smokeless tobacco products spitting banned in 28 states and union territories. See what happened. The use of tobacco products and spitting products in public places has been stopped due to COVID-19. And these products has been banned including Gujarat, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Delhi and Assam. This is from the first thing. Why you have to stop this? Because using and spitting of smokeless tobacco products will cause the spread of COVID virus. That is a study, and that says that yeah, you have to stop it. Smokeless tobacco products has been banned in 28 states and UT. This is a good, better initiative. Then we are going to discuss a question. Okay. This question is about Bharosa. Bharosa means what? Vishwas. Trust. That is the meaning of Bharosa. Consider the following statements about Bharosa of Odisha. It gives accommodation to women victims of rape. The Bharosa Center will be managed by all-woman team. Consider the following statement and which of the following are correct regarding this. The first statement is A, 1 only, B, 2 only, C, both 1 and 2, and D, none. What is the answer? Does anybody knows? Can anybody try to attempt it? Can someone answer this? The answer is none. This is the answer for this question. So these are the case. These two statements has been taken from Bharosa of Telangana. So there are two programs, namely Bharosa. One is of Odisha, one is of Telangana. The Bharosa of Odisha mainly focused on counseling. It's like a counseling center for the youth. Because due to the COVID pandemic, what is happening due to the novel coronavirus or COVID pandemic, everybody is sitting in the home and it may cause stress, depression to the people. You know that the studies are telling in this year, the most problem what we are going to face is mental trauma arise due to stress or depression. Even we know that an actor has suicide because of this, is because of depression and all this. In order to counsel the problems of the people, the Orissa government has taken such an initiative, and that was known as Bharosa. And what is this Bharosa? Which accommodates to women victims of rape, and Bharosa Center will be managed by all-woman team. This is correct when it comes to the Bharosa of Telangana district. So, counseling helpline is Bharosa, means Vishwas. It is just a counseling helpline for the students of Central University of Odisha. This will be assisting the students who are suffering from mental stress, and they people needed counseling in the wake of corona pandemic. It was launched through a video conferencing. This just 3 points you just remember. It is dedicated a helpline for the students of Central University of Odisha to help them assist the students from suffering mental distress and need counseling, who people needed counseling. Then this is it, helpline number, you just note it, just understand this. This is an online initiative. So this is what we have come across today. About all the programs. So I hope you are clear from this. We will just revising, that is, we have gone through Atmanirbhar Bharat Fund, and we have discussed a lot about Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan throughout the session, and we discussed about what is Atmanirbhar. This is a self-reliance program which aimed to cut down the dependence on other imports. We just wanted to be a self-reliant country where you can export the things. You just have to grow like that. That is our main aim of Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. Why I am repeating this is, this can be asked for your mains also. This is very important on prelims as well as mains point of view. This is what we discussed in Atmanirbhar Bharat. Just for a while, take a minute and go through that. This is something important for us. I hope you are clear with it. It's a self-reliance program. Vocal for local is its aim, and it is in a mission mode. 2 phases will be there and 2 pillars will be there. Like the 5 pillars include economy, infrastructure, system, demography and demand. Then what we have gone through? We have also gone through a lot of initiatives and lot of things, and we discuss a lot of points with this Atmanirbhar Bharat. Then we discussed about GI tag, and which is given to Sohari cover painting. We have discussed in detail what is GI tag. What is GI tag? Geographical indication tag is a particular tag which is given to a particular product of a particular area. Suddenly today you are doing something, tomorrow you can't ask for a GI tag. It should be come from the centuries. It should be unique in its own way. And Jharkhand Sohari cover painting has been identified. Either its features can be asked or the place from which, like something like match the following can be asked. Then we discussed upon Champions Portal, just a portal to encourage the MSME units which protect and resolve the problems and encouraging, supporting, helping and handling the people. Then we discussed about what? CO2 emissions. Low sea fall, the falls of CO2 emissions in the first 4 decades, and it is for the first time, just not the percentage. That is, it has been done by 15%. Then we had about smokeless tobacco products. The tobacco products is very harmful, and the government has stopped it because you spit it, you are just spreading somewhere. No, what will happen? It is a chance that COVID will be increasing. In order to stop that, it has been banned in the entire country. Then we discussed about Barossa of Odisha and Barossa of Telangana. You can actually add some point about Barossa of Telangana. It is actually an accommodation to the victims of rape, or it is something program related with the women of the country, women of the Telangana state. What is it? Barossa means support center for women and children at Warangal. It has an initiative there. This is just between Gemini Edible and Fact Private Limited is a company which tie up with the Telangana police and decided to assist these women. See, women are facing lot of harassment, lot of issues in their home or outside. To protect them, these women, the Telangana has decided to launch a platform where they can survey, they can live, and that is to improve the providing and outstanding service to the community. This is all managed by all the women people, or women will be managing it. It is like publicly protesting against any form of violence against any woman. It has some pillars. And what is provided in Barossa of Telangana? We are discussing about Barossa of Telangana, not Barossa of Odisha. It provides a speedy redressal. Redressal mechanisms are being given. The grievances will be given, and supporting mechanism is given for Telangana. See, we were discussing about Telangana, the project of Telangana, not the project of Odisha. What is Barossa of Odisha? Barossa of Odisha is a counseling for, it is giving the counseling helpline to the Central University students of Odisha to overcome the mental stress, and it's like a counseling program which is being given to the students. This is all about it. Then we are going to see another question. Just keep in mind. Telia Rumal. Okay, consider the following statements about Telia Rumal. Weaving is closely guarded by family tradition. There are 3 families in Patan that weave these highly priced double ikat sarees. It can take 6 months to 1 year to make one saree due to long process of dyeing strands separately before weaving them together. Which of the following is or are correct? Statement A 1 only, B 2 only, C both 1 and 2, and D none is correct. This is the following statement about Telia Rumal. Okay, weaving is closely guarded family tradition. There are 3 families in Patan that weave these highly priced double ikat sarees. It can take 6 months to 1 year to make one saree due to the long process of dyeing each strand separately before weaving them together. Which of the following statements are correct? 1 only, 2 only, C both 1 and 2, and D none. The answer is none. Yes, these both statements are correct when it comes to Patola Sarees. Patola Sarees. These 2 statements are correct when it comes to Patola Sarees. So, we have discussed deeply and detailedly about Patola Sarees in yesterday's portion, and this is how it can be confused and given. This is why you should know about these things. This is which Rumal? Telia Rumal. This is Telia Rumal. See this. This is something like that, a bordered thing, a big printouts. This is how Telia Rumal will be the. So Telia Rumal is a cloth involves intercut handmade work with cotton loom displaying a variety of designs and motifs, particular color like red and black and white. See, just see this. You will get an idea how it is. What are this in this? This is Telia Rumal or Telia Sarees, something. So this is like that. It has what you can observe. You can observe flowers in it. Flowers will be there. Which of the colors are included in? 3 colors are included in one stuff saree, that is red, white and black is included here in this saree. And when you look to the fabric, it is like a cotton fabric. It is made up of cotton sarees. It will be long like this. This is a specialty. It is black, white and red will be mixed together in Telia Sarees. It is a handicraft product. People themselves are doing that. Handicraft means they are themselves are doing it. And it cannot be created using any mechanical process. The very quality of rumal would be lost if it is being constructed, or if it being if you are duplicating it, no, the quality will be lost. This is how the original Telia Rumal will be. You got an idea. And what is the story behind this? Yes, surely there will be a story, and this is why it is got. This is of Nizam's dynasty. You know that Hyderabad was being ruled by Nizams in the past. And what they have, they bring a small community from Putwaka, a backward village of Telangana region, Andhra Pradesh. 20 families who were engaged in weaving, and they were being patronized by the Nizams and rulers, and they bought it and they used it. And important thing is, the people in the court of Nizams was wearing this, the Chukti, Telia and Rumal, as a symbol of representation of status. Was once a representation of status, but now it is, since it is due to high cost, all the stuffs, no, it is just going its value, but it is really valuable and it is very nice. You have seen this red blocks, white, black blocks, flowers, red thing. I think you can have a pictorial representation. You just, once more we'll go through it, because you can have a pictorial representation. This is how you can study current affairs. See, it is very difficult to connect all these things. If you're mugging up, no, you might not recollect at that point. If you're seeing have a pictorial representation, difference and all, it will be in your mind. Then, veiled by princes at the earliest court of Nizam Hyderabad, and turban clothed by Arabs in the Middle East. This was something very close, and it was always related with the Nizams of Hyderabad. Nizams, they patronized it. They used this as a symbol of their what? It was a symbol of the status. It was like the symbol of the status to them. And they can wear it, they can use it. Then we will be seeing Patola Sarees. We have gone through it. This is Patola Sari. Okay. This is something made up of silk. Telia Rumal was made up of cotton zari. It was having black, white. That was a compulsory. It can be of any color or any choice. Just this is an thing that I've browsed it. So this is Patola Sari. Patola Sari is made up of silk fabric. Okay. That was closely weaved by a Guardian family tradition, and mainly three families in Patan were using this, and it takes 6 months. One saree can be weaved in 6 months to 1 year due to the long process of dyeing each and stand separately before weaving them together. This is a trademark saree of Gujarat, and it is very costly and worn only by royal or aristocrats. Basically, this raw material is very high priced, because the silk yarn is being purchased from Karnataka and West Bengal or other states. This is Patola Sari. Patola Sari is made up of silk fabric. Okay, this is made up of silk fabric. Patola Sari is made up of silk fabric, whereas Telia Rumal is made up of cotton fabric. This is how it looks. It is compulsion that red, white and black should be there. There is no compulsion in that case of Patola Sarees. It was a trademark of Gujarat, whereas Telia Rumal is trademark of Telangana. It was promoted by aristocrats used there. Here also it was being used by aristocrat to show the reality. How much time it takes? It takes 6 months to 1 year to make one saree, because you have to do dyeing, you have to each strand separately before weaving them together. And it is today also it is high praised, and only 3 families, Patan families, is weaving this still, and they only continuing this still. Then we are going to discuss another important topic, that is contract farming, which is to be legalized. So, do you have any idea about contract farming? This can be asked for your prelims as well as mains. So, this is important. Both prelims and as well as main. In prelims point of view, just will be asking some through which act it is, through what it can be done, how long it will be, who is implementing, all these things. When it comes to the main point of view, you need to specify the things. You have to mention what is contract farming, what are its advantages, what are its disadvantages. Everything should be discussed on contract farming. So, we are going to discuss detailed about contract farming. What is contract farming? It is between a corporate and a poor farmer. This is like, as the name indicates, it's a sharing of farming. See, the corporates will be taking the lands, or something like that. Land will be taken, or purchased will be taken, and finally they will be asked in example, this is an example, okay, as the small farmers, poor farmers to cultivate it. All they will be purchasing all the things. They will be giving a percentage or something to the farmers who are the land owners of the farmers. But what is the thing is, this is not a small area, not in a small area it will be. The corporates or something, no. They will be collecting a lot of land together. They will be holding a lot of land together, and they are not purchasing the land, but they are taking it for leasing and using the thing. Or it is like a buyer and a farmer, an agreement between a buyer and a farmer. Usually the buyers will be the corporates, or in your villages you might have seen that people are there for doing contract farming. Okay, how that will be? There will be people in the people. You might be knowing it. I'll just explain how it's actually happens in the villages areas and all. There is a man, it named X or Y. Okay. He went to a farmer before the cultivation, before the harvest, and he is telling that I'll be taking your product for 100 rupees. Suppose 100 rupees per kg. I'll be purchasing your product. That is, I'll be purchasing, you can take onion. Okay, I'll be purchasing onion for 100 rupees per kg. This is an agreement between a farmer and a buyer before the post harvest, before harvesting it. And okay, they will be finalizing it. The farmer will be cultivating the product. That is, what is farmer's product here? That is, he will be cultivating the onion. And once the cultivation is over, the person named X or Y is ready to buy it, and he will be buying it at 100 rupees. If the price is doubled, no way. The price is doubled also, the farmer has to give it in 100 rupees because it is a contract. But if the price is lowered, the farmer has to give it in the low price of according to that. So he won't be benefited. It is a loss to the farmer in a way, but that is, it is sure that his product will be bought by someone else. This is really what is happening in contract farming, but in a larger scale between the corporates and the small farmers. Like a corporate company or somebody will be coming, you can take it, might be Reliance or Adani or something. They will be going, they will be taking might be lot of farmers in an area, might be holding 1 acre, 2 acre, 3 hectares of land, and they will be leasing it. Together, all together, they will be asking that, they will be supplying all these things, and they will be asking to cultivate the particular product further. But you can't sell to another person. The corporate will be buying it a lot with the agreement or with an money. This is the actual process in contract farming. Contract farming can be defined as an agricultural production carried out according to an agreement between a buyer and a farmer, which establishes condition for production and marketing of a farm product or a product. Farmer agreed to provide quantities of specific agriculture product. This much quantity you have to give me. That might be the thing. They should meet the quality standards of the purchaser, be supplied as determined by the purchaser. In turn, buyer commit to purchase the product, and in some cases to support through, for example, supply of farm inputs, land preparation and provision of technical advice. Everything will be given. This is what happening in a contract farming. I have already set an example how a corporate is buying the lands. They might be providing the farmers with local supplies. They will be helping them. Okay, they might be providing them with the technologies, asking them to do this, asking them to do like this. They will be assisting them in all these things. This is what is this between contract farming. You may just note down the points. Contract farming is defined as an agriculture production carried according to an agreement between a buyer and a farmer, which establish conditions for the production and marketing of a farm product or product. The farmer agreed to provide agreed qualities of specific agricultural product. These should meet the quality standard of the purchaser and be supplied at the time determined by the purchaser. In turn, the buyer commits to purchase product and in some cases to support through, for example, the supply of farm inputs and land preparation and provisions of technical advice. There are some business models in this contract farming, that is informal model, intermediary model, multi-parties model, centralized model. These are the 4 models. In informal model, it is just like an informal way. Some people will be coming, they will be asked, and okay, it is a default both by, the risk is with both the promoter and the farmer. However, depends on situation. Independence of contract parties or long party stressful relationship may reduce the risk of opportunistic behavior. This is what I told about the first person, that is X. X decided that yeah, you will purchase it for this amount. But once the price is hiked, they won't be giving it. But it is like a trust or something, that an informal relation. Sometimes in this informal relations, not like unlike the corporates or other, there is no legal agreement will be. It is between a trust between 2 persons, that me and you. I am cultivating onion. I am taking example of onion. I am cultivating 100 kgs of 100 hectares of onion, and my purchaser told me that I'll be buying for this much rupees per kg. Suddenly the price has fallen down, but due to the trust or something, the purchaser might be buying my product for the same amount. It is between both the purchaser and the cultivator or the farmer. This is based on the trustful relationship. It is might be opportunistic. Some opportunistic people might be changed laws. This is all about. Then intermediary model. Here there is a contract would be there, like, or it would be a centralized or central authority, a central person will be there. He will be the moderator of this. It might be a government official, suppose a collector or a farmer organization, somebody. It is like formally or informally, they will be combining the farmers, they will be having a subcontract. Then multi-party model is another model developed from a centralized or nuclear estate model. It involved various organizations such as statutory bodies alongside private companies and some financial institution. In this model, buyers' involvement may vary for a minimal input provision to control most production aspects, like, okay, buyers' involvement. Buyers will be deciding, okay, you will be doing that, they will be helping them. It is like a centralized model direct between buyer and the farmer, but everything based on contract based, or contract will be read. This is the 4 models, like a informal model, intermediary model, multi-party model, centralized model. What are the advantages of the contract farming? Is there any advantages? Yes, obviously, contract farming having certain advantages. It helps to develop the skills of the farmer, and it is sure that how they will be used to know how to use various resources like fertilizers, pesticides, and how to touch with the new technology. They will be helped and promoted. And farmers get opportunity for diversification of crops. The price risk is drastically reduced because some amount will be fixed. Obviously, whatever happens, sometimes the farmer might be get, so there is no loss. That is a general way. And also it helps to improve new markets. New open market will be there. And it also help the farmers to get a credit from the bank. That is, we are going to do this, we are going to do this. And once the companies or parties purchasing it, they will be get the amount back. This reduces the risk in the contract farming. Then to the client, what is important? That is, okay, you will get a regular flow. You don't want to wait for something on it. You will get a regular flow of raw material. Regularly, you will go, you will purchase it. And it's like a long-term planning. Because this year you are decided, that is, I am going to what? Produce oils, coconut oil. So I decided I'm implementing a coconut manufacturing unit in my setting in my village or somewhere. That I decided, okay, I wanted this much coconut to make oil. So I am pre-planning it and I am implementing it. This is the process in contract farming. And it also create a goodwill and the concept of trustworthiness in farming. Then there are some limitations for as anything. There is also a limitation for this. It actually favors large firms or large farmers. The poor people might be in trouble. It might be influence of intermediary or somebody and they will be in trouble. See, on time they might be growers like undue quality cut. Sometimes delayed deliveries to the factories. They might be delaying with the payments, low price and pest attacks. See, it is, I have already told that if it is fixed for the 100 rupees and it is fixed for the 100 rupees itself. But suddenly the price of our commodity, onion, has rise to 200 per kg. But what happens? While it is purchasing, with the agreement, the company will be purchasing it for 100 rupees. That is a problem here in the contract farming. This is a thing. Might be single buyer or multiple buyer sellers. It might be woman or man. So this is all about contract farming. You may expect a question for your mains. See, every point what we have discussed so far is on the mains point of view. That's why I have taken a lot of time to explain what you mean by contract farming, what are its problems, what are its criticisms, what are its limitations, what are its advantages. Everything we have discussed so far. I hope you are clear with what you mean by contract farming. So, how it is being managed? It is essentially commodity. It is managed by the Essential Commodities Act. Like in the state crop move freed and contract farming can be legalized. This is a move. Essential Commodities Act is an act of Parliament India which established to ensure the delivery of certain commodities or product or supply of which obstructed hoarding or black marketing would affect the normal life of the people. What is this Essential Commodity Act? Essential Commodities Act. This act can be, this is also you can add to your essays or something for your mains perspective, or in the prelims perspective it might be asking what you mean by Essential Commodities Act. Essential Commodities Act is actually help to ensure the delivery of certain commodities in a low price. That is means if it will be stopping hoarding or black marketing. See, we have seen that due to the COVID, what has happened? We just know that suddenly production has to stop. There is a possibility of hoarding the commodities and black marketing, and keeping for that the price should be high. Like you are having 100 kgs of sugar. Let it be sugar. I am having 100 kgs of sugar. I am taking it, okay. I am not selling this 100 kgs of sugar. Since there is no production, there is a possibility of price high. That time I can sell this sugar according to my wish. But in country like India, you can't do it because Essential Commodities Act has prohibited it. You can't go and supply it. This is all about Essential Commodities Act. It's a general idea. This act was first enacted in 1955. Since it has been used by the government to regulate production, supply and distribution of a whole host of commodities declared essential order to make them available to consumers at a fair price. Then this is a definition of contract farming. What is it? It's an agreement between unequal parties, companies, government bodies or individual entrepreneurs on the side and economically weaker farmer on other side, which establish conditions for production and market of farm products. Just note it down. I hope you are very clear with it. What is it? It is an agreement between unequal parties, companies, government bodies or individual entrepreneurs on one side and economically weaker farmers on the other side. We have gone much detail into this contract farming. That will help you to do it. Then this is something, this is some importance of contract farming. To reduce the load on the central and state government procurement system, to increase private sector investment into agriculture. Why the government is implementing it? Why it is focused on? Mainly to reduce the load on central and state government. Okay, once the price is lost, it is the duty of central government to buy it. But one, it's contract farming is being encouraged. It is directly between the companies or corporates and the farmers. There is no liability with the government. It increases private sector investment in agriculture to bring about market focus in terms of crop selection by Indian farmers. Okay, market focus. So some people might be cultivating this, some might be cultivating that. Not like that. It is something a market focused economy. That is like the people are cultivating 100 acres of ginger in some places for export and import. This is a market focused to generate a steady source of income at individual farmer level, to promote and processing value addition, to generate gainful employment in rural communities, particularly for Indian landless agriculture laborers, to flatten as far as possible any seasonality associated with employment. So it will be giving a possible employment to the people, to reduce migration from rural to urban areas. Why migrating people from rural to urban area? Urbanization is rapidly increasing. Why? Have you ever thought it? Because in rural areas there is a lack of employability because of loss of all those things, and also they are migrating. So this helps to reduce that migration. To promote rural self-reliance in general by pooling locally available resources and expertise to meet new challenges. This is all about it. Then another important act which you have to know, which you have to emphasize in your mains answer, is Indian Contract Act of 1872. This is a model of Agriculture Produce Market Committee Act, which provides specific provision for contract farming and like compulsory registration of contract sponsors, dispute the settlement. See, if contract farming is taking place, there is a possibility of cheating in between the people. You can't cheat simply the persons, right? In order to stop it, in order to avoid it, the government had provided a contract farming, a dispute settlement body, and that dispute settlement body is by the Act APMC, Agriculture Produce Market Committee Act 2003. And another act is, lastly what we are following right now, is Contract Farming Act 2018. Seeks to create regularity and policy framework for contracting farming. Based on this draft model act, state can enact law on the contract farming. This act now legalized, and this provide an environment, or this provide an agreement to continue the contract farming between the persons or people. This is Ministry of Agriculture with the draft model of contract farming in Act 2018. So this is all about contract farming. We have discussed it in details. Revise it. I hope you are clear with it. You can expect a question in mains perspective in our GS3. So, defense testing infrastructure scheme. Of course, this is by DRDO, Defense Research and Development Organization. What is it is? It can actually, so this is providing something to the private sector or private companies, which can help or modify their things and invest in the private companies can now invest in what? Weaponization or designing the defense things. This is an important scheme in defense trusting infrastructure scheme, and the companies will be afforded to facilitate, test and validate weaponry they are designing defense. This has been an outlay of for 400 crore. So 14, there are, have you know about ordnance factories? If you have visited Nilgiris, you might see this ordinary ordnance factories. Ordnance factories are the places where our defense systems is being manufactured. Small things will be manufactured. It will be manufactured in parts, and one place it is manufactured, that manufactured part will be taken to the other part of the country, and from there it will be to the another part of the country, and totally the final product is being there. Here the private companies are, the government allowing the private company to invest in the infrastructure, defense infrastructure of our country, so that we can improve the defense sector. We need a good defense. And why you need a good defense? You know that why one side we are having Pakistan is waiting, another side we are having China. We always having trouble with Pakistan or either with China. Border disputes are going on continuously, so we needed to. And another important thing is, both the countries like Pakistan and China is a nuclear power, both have nuclear power with it. So in order to, they won't use it, but we have to improve our defense management system. We wanted to invest more amount into defense system. This is not simply somebody is going and agreeing or buying something. This is for the welfare of the people of the country, because you need a good defense to protect the people. For that, defense testing infrastructure scheme has been implemented. The private, now onwards, the private facility sector will be also having facilities like great sophisticated costly testing facilities for firearms, ammunition, electronic and radar at government expenses. Now the private companies or entitled also can go and test. This is all about defense testing infrastructure scheme. Other important scheme what we are going to discuss is Mission Sagar. What is this Mission Sagar? Sagar means Samudra, sea. So obviously it is related to sea. You got an idea? Mission Sagar is related to sea. Always connect like this, because we are having 100 of schemes, 100 of things. Once you are just knowing the meaning of a particular word, either you can sometimes eliminate. You can use, yeah, you might be given a lot of options and all. You don't know the particular answer, but you know the meaning. Okay, this is related to sea, and some given statements may not be having any relation with sea or something. Then you can just eliminate it. It helps the process of elimination. That is simple. In India's in INS Kesari, and with the medical team. See what happened. Many countries, many people, many there, due to the COVID pandemic, many things has happened. So many countries needed medical assistance and all such things, for providing them, to help them. The countries including like Maldives, Mauritius, Madagascar, Comoros, Seychelles, these are all islands. Okay, Seychelles and Comoros are islands. You have might be hear this thing somewhere near the China Sea dispute. You can hear these names frequently. You can hear those names. Or this has been sent to to assist to deal with the COVID-19 pandemic. Like many things has been given. The tablets like hydrochloroquine tablet has been given, and we have detailed explained about what is hydrochlorinic tablet, what are its contents, like what is it an H1 tablet? It is a H1, H and X tablets. Hydrochloroquine tablets, it belongs to H1 category. Hydroxychloroquine belongs to H1 category. We have detailed described about what is this H1 and X in our previous section. If you have any doubt, go and refer the session 1, where we have discussed about COVID pandemic and the crisis about that. It will help you to do this. Then this is all about Mission Sagar. Simply INS Kesari has sent with medical terms food to Indian Ocean countries. Indian Ocean countries. Okay, it might be changed to Asia Pacific countries. This is how UPSC asks you questions. This is how UPSC test your knowledge. So just remember this. So this all what we have discussed so far. I hope you're all clear with whatever discussed so far. Even though I know I'm taking a bit time, but see, definitely this is going to help you. So what is INS Kesari? INS Kesari is it's a Shardul class tank landing ship of Indian Navy. It is a ship belongs to Indian Navy. So see, if you are asking about a ship or something like that, you should know about all the thing. See, what is Sagar? Sagar stands for, I told it's for use your understanding, that is Sagar means sea. So this is how you can relate. But what is exactly this Sagar stands for? Security and growth for all in the regions. It was a program launched on 2015. We are discussing about Sagar. What is Sagar? We are not discussing about Mission Sagar. What does the Sagar stands for? Security and growth for all in the region. It was launched in 2015 for the first time, and this is considering India's strategic vision for Indian Ocean countries. So what is doing this? Here India is through Sagar, through the initiative, India is giving economic and security cooperation in the Indian Ocean with the maritime security, maritime capabilities. It is allowed to safeguard our national interest. It makes them to be inclusive, collaborative and respect international role. This is something a part of Act East policy. Act East. This is a very big policy of India, and it's also, we have many other projects like Project Sagarmala, Project Mausam, and we also have something known as blue economy, like interest in providing net security provider, that is blue security. We have many projects which related to Sagar. Sagar means Mission Sagar, just through sea. That you have to remember, that is security and growth for all in the region. Security and growth for all in the region. It might be asked. This is all about Mission Sagar. INS Kesari. INS Kesari is a naval ship by Indian Navy. It was launched in the year 2008 as an establishment. CPM's Modi's vocal for local coal. We have discussed a Yojana so far. Just link it with this. What is it? It enhances or it helps the program. It is a helping program where everything is being, project is being employed and giving employment guarantee program. This is an employment guarantee program which says that, okay, you needed to use the local projects in the country. It is promoting the local. Simple. Vocal for local call. Local call. Simple. Local, vocal, local. You just connect with it. Simply that you have to do this in our country. You have to bring all these things. It is like an employment guarantee program in the country now. And this is something a very important thing. This is to speed up the economy of our country. This is done to Khadi and Village Industries Corporation. It appeal that you are to use the local products at this point and asking the people to use our product, our own product, and also it focused to bring the other companies from the world to this country, that is to our country. This is an initiative under Pradhan Mantri Prime Minister Employment Generation Program. What is this? It is a program which was launched in the year 2008. It is a central sector scheme. It is under the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Entrepreneurs or Enterprises administer the program. Pradhan Mantri Guarantee Generation Program, which was launched in the year 2008 for the first time, and it continue. It is under MSME. MSME is the owner or implementing agency of this scheme. It is a central sector scheme. It is not a centrally sponsored scheme. Central sector, because every fund is being done by the thing. And who is implementing agency? It is under MSME. It is implemented to Khadi and Village Industries Commission at the national level. It is a nodal agency. KYC is a nodal agency for this. How it is being implemented? It is being implemented through the banks, where your bank is being provided with the loans and all help that. Who can avail this? That is a person above 18 years old, and also the self-help groups can avail this. This is constituted under the Cooperative Act or the Social Registration Act of 1860. It is under the corporate law or corporate action of 1860. This is all about KYC, KYC, that is vocal for local. We discussed of one Prime Minister Employment Guarantee Program. There is no income ceiling in the project. Anybody can seal this up to that is, it is focusing on the growth of the country. What is the main aim of this? The generation of sustainable and constructive employment opportunity for both rural as well as urban areas, creating more employment opportunities for the sustainable development. Smooth flow of credit to the micro sector by facilitating the participation for financial inclusion. You have to include people in finance. This is what it aims at to. This is what I have written. That is, it is a central sector scheme administered by micro, small and medium entrepreneurs or enterprises. It's national implemented Khadi and Village Corporations. It is a KYC. KYIC is a statutory organization which is under Ministry of MSME. It is done to state, central and implemented through KVIC, industries, board banks and district industry centers and bank. Its main aim is to generate and continue sustainable and employment opportunities both for rural and urban areas of the country, provide continuous and sustainable employment to a larger segment of the country or the people, to facilitate participation of financial institution for higher credit flow of micro sector. We'll just see what we have gone through, otherwise no, we'll just forget it. We discussed from the beginning. We'll just run for a while and we'll discuss the rest of the things. Okay, we started with MSME. We have the new definition of MSME discussed, that is micro units, companies with investment up to 1 crore and below 5 crore. Then in small units, which is in the industries between 10 crore and 50 crore below. Medium units comprises investment up to 20 crore and turnover below 100 crores. Just go through it. Then we discussed about Brics Bank, and I have given a detail about what you mean by Brics and what is in importance. It is an intergovernmental. Is it an intergovernmental organization? No, it is a summit which is annually be conducted by the Brics nation. Brics include Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa. Brics. And New Development Bank, it actually formed to give the financial assistance. It is not like the World Bank. Everybody have the legal voting right and there is no veto power to anybody. This is a specialty of Brics banks. Then Atmanirbhar Bharat Self-Reliance Program. What is the need of Self-Reliance Program? We also discussed, we just said local products, promoting the local products, and why you need self-reliance. What is a present condition? Why it is implemented in this state, that is in the financial crisis of 1991. This year also we are facing such a financial crisis due to the COVID outbreak, and due to the pandemic everything has been closed. Then how it has been implemented in the two phases, like phase 1 and phase 1, the mission mode, and the 5 pillars like economy, infrastructure, system, vibrant demography and demand. Then we discussed about global energy transformation interest, and we discussed what you mean by WEF. We have gone in through details. Then what is GI tag, and we also discussed which all the products got GI tag, what is the speciality of GI tag, and Sahori, Kavari painting, sparrows, everything will be there, squirrels will be there. It is an important thing is it is a practiced in home by both your mother-in-law and your daughter-in-law together. Then we discussed about Champions Portal. Then we discussed upon the fall of CO2 emissions in the for the first time in 4 decades. Then smokeless tobacco, and it's we have stopped it. Then we discussed upon boroughs of Odisha, and at the same time we discussed about boroughs of Telangana. Never mix it both. There is a probability. One is for women sheltering, other is for counseling. Then we discussed about Telia Rumal, and what is its speciality. This is Telia Rumal, always having red, white and black as its borders. Then we discussed upon Patola weaving. This we have detailed how it is being discussed in the previous section. Go and watch it so you'll get a clear-cut idea about it. We also discussed it in a detail. This is Patola Sari, 6-yard Sari. Then we discussed about contract farming in a detailed way, which covers your mains point of view. Then we discussed about Indian Contract Act 1872. Then we discussed upon Defense Testing and Infrastructure Scheme, Mission Saga. What does Saga stands for? Everything we have discussed. It is mainly focused on Indian Ocean and countries. Then Voice for Local. Then PMEGY program we have discussed. What are its benefits? Who else can be used it? So PMEGY program is being used by individuals who is 18 years of age. At least the thing is, you need to pass 8th standard. Okay, it is done through self-help groups and charitable trust. It is registered under Institutions of Registered and Societies Act. Production is based on cooperative societies. This is all about it. Okay, we have already discussed about defense testing, infrastructure fund. Then we are going to discuss another important is cyclone fanning. What is a cyclone? What is a point? We are going to discuss something about geography right now. You have to get a clear idea. This is a picture of a tropical cyclone. There are two types of cyclone for your knowledge, that is temperate cyclone and tropical cyclone. So you know about, have you heard about pressure gradient? Rate of change of atmosphere between 2 points on the earth's surface is called a pressure gradient. Pressure gradient means you have you heard about low pressure area, high pressure area? So this is a point between two, that is you are having a high pressure area and a low pressure. The point between these two is known as pressure gradient. Like high pressure into low pressure into high pressure and a area. What is a cyclone? Cyclone is a low pressure area surrounded by a high pressure area. If a low pressure, this is a low pressure area, it is surrounded by a high pressure area, then that is known as, this is cyclone. A low pressure area is covered by a high pressure area from all the sides. This is a low pressure area, it is covered by high pressure area in all the sides, then it is known as. And how it is shaped? It is like elliptical or circular in shape. This is the shape of it. I am a bit bad in drawing right now. So this is all about it. A low pressure area surrounded by a high pressure area and a wind is being forming from all these sides, then it is known as a cyclone. It is like how it is. This is anti-clockwise. Cyclone is like this, anti-clockwise. This is clockwise, this is anti-clockwise. Cyclone will be anti-clockwise, and in the direction due to the Coriolis force, this will be opposite. So there are two types of cyclone, that is temperate cyclone and tropical cyclone. What is temperate cyclone? It is originate and influence a temperate region. If it is originating and influencing our temperate region, then it is known as temperate cyclone. And what is the speciality of temperate cyclone? It is active throughout the year, unlike the tropical cyclone. Cyclones are formed as a result of front formation in the mid-latitude region. Frondus, what is this? Frondus is a process where you are having changing, that is symbol. This is like this. I'll just try to demonstrate it. I don't know how far it will be like. You're having cold air. This is cold air. Cold air is moving like this. Okay. And this is hot air. We'll consider the cold air first. This is firstly parallelly how it is being taking place, how the process, how cyclones are being formed, how the areas are being. This is moving like this. Parallelly it will be moving. This is the first stage. And this is colder stage. The other one is the warmer stage. The warmer air will be moving to the opposite stage. Suddenly, due to the pressure, what will happen is okay, there's no space, that's why. The process is very simple, like this. The air is moving like this. Okay, cold air is moving like this. I just with my diagram right now. I'll just explain the process. That's it. And warm air is moving like this. This is the first stage of the formation of cyclones. Then suddenly in the second stage it will be like this. Colder, it started to circulate due to some pressure or variance. This will be moving like this. One like this, it will be circling, and the hot area will be like that. Yeah. So this is cold area. This is cold, this is hotter. It will be in the anti-clockwise direction. It will be starting moving. This is first of all straight. Then it will be in a circular formation. That is a stage 1. And stage 2 is in a wavy form. In the stage 3, the cold air, no? This is a cold air. It will be so much. It will be like moving and pressurizing to the hot area. This is the hot. It started to shrink like this. The hot warm air will be shrinking like this. This is the second process. And in the fourth stage, the cold wind or the cold air suddenly take place like this. This is a cold wind, how it moves. And this is a fourth stage, that is a developing stage. And this will be the warm air will be shrinking like this. Then in this process, in the fourth stage, in the fifth stage, there are 6 stages process. Okay, that is upward front like this. The cold weathers will be starting moving like this in the 6th process. And the hot weather will be moving upwards. And finally, completely there will be of cold weather and hot weather will be moving. This is how, these are the 6 stages to which a cyclone is being formed. You got a general idea. You should need this. See, these are the major parts of a tropical cyclone. It have an eye is there, eye wall is there, overflow cloud flow shield is there. This is how this is moving, that is anti-clockwise. See this direction. This is what I was explaining all these times. The cold weather will be moving like this. It will be starting to circulate. The hot weather will be moving out and it will be circulated by the cold weather. This is of the tropical cyclone. This is how the tropical cyclones or cyclones are formed. Different stages. So tropical cyclones which develops in the region between tropics. Temperate cyclone develop in the region between temperate zone. Tropical cyclone develop in the region between tropical zone are called a tropical cyclone. They have a speed of about 32 km per hour is the speed of a tropical cyclone, and it's sometimes known as hurricanes or might be a speed of 180 km per hour or more. Direction is generally up to 15% latitude. It is moving generally up to a 15% of latitude. To 60% it will be moving from to latitude towards pole, and between 15% to 60% latitude. They are known as in different names in different places. That is just northern. It is known as tropical cyclones are known as hurricanes in USA, typhoon in China, Willy in Australia, cyclones. It's known as cyclones in India, Tafia in Japan, Baiguo in Philippines. Hurricanes in USA, typhoons in China, Willy in Australia, Baiguo in Philippines, Taifu in Japan, cyclones in India. So this is how the tropical or the cyclone form. There are two types of cyclone: tropical cyclones and what? Temperate cyclones. And cyclone Fani is a temperate, or which type of cyclone? It's a tropical cyclone formed here. It is a extremely severe cyclone. See, in the month of April and all, there is no possibility of cyclones, but the Odisha area was with cyclone. It had got a high damage. Cyclone Fani was a cyclone formation, or it has started in the its formation has started in Bay of Bengal. It started in the Bay of Bengal, and mainly started in landfall in Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh. Fani is an extremely severe cyclone, unlike any other cyclone. You got an idea what is a cyclone is. It is expected to generate storms within the speed of 200 km per hour. It is very much. That has potential for widespread damage in Orissa and neighboring state, and is caused also. Finally, Fani was headed towards the northwestward, and first to the Tamil Nadu coast. Then it has moved, in midway it has changed its direction and moved to the northeast to reach the coastal line of Odisha. This curve has taken more time over the sea and has ensured that gather unusual strength. It is a very strong cyclone, unlike another cyclones. This is all about cyclone Fani. You got an idea what is cyclone Fani. It is an extreme cyclone. It has formation. It has covered this state like Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, and it's a extremely severe. It is expected to generate storms with speed of 200 km per hour, and it has a potential to cause widespread damage in Orissa and the neighboring states. This is first head towards northwest here, then to Tamil Nadu coast. It changes midway and moved northway from coastline to reach Odisha. It's a recurve. Then we discuss what is tropical cyclone. Tropical cyclone, also called hurricanes or typhoon, is an intense circular storm that originates over warm temperate tropical ocean, and it is characterized by low atmospheric pressure, high winds and heavy rains. These are the things comes under tropical cyclones. Then we are going to discuss another initiative for your prelims based question, that is sea flows. What is the sea flows? Is launched by NIOT. It is India's first integrated coastal flood warning system. It is based on a GI things. And what is this is something used basically in which place? Basically in Chennai, because of the unusual flooding in Chennai. The government decided, okay, you have to warn the people, otherwise problem will be there. Unusual floods are there in Chennai and other areas due to the rain in previous year, and it is continuously going on. So the government has launched this NIOT, and it's like an integrated coastal flooding warning system. It is completely based on GI support decision, and to provide forecast or potential inclusion in 10 days in advance. Okay, it will be telling before you 10 days, this is going to happen in the problem there, and this is will be happening there. You have to look into it. You have your people has been warned. Okay, you are asked to take the things. This is like a proper communication which giving to the people in the state. It is hosted and operated by National Center for Coastal Research with the help of weather forecasting of our country. So it integrates the needed data and outputs deserved from weather forecast, hydraulic and hydraulic dynamic models. It consists of 6 modules, including it will be what is the important thing here is it is of 6 modules. Like you have a 3D visual flooding of infrastructure will be shown, how the buildings of roads, yard and boundaries will be calculated, and it will be warned. This is very simple. That is, sea flows is a regulating things. Have you gone through Chennai during last year or before last year? It was flooded like anything. Even in Kerala it was flooded because of the rain. So this monitoring sea flows will help it will be telling you priorly, yeah, this is going to, there will be a flood in your area, you have to be safe. It will be giving warning. At the time of flood also, it gives our models like a 3D visual image will be given. It will cover the infrastructure, the building, roads and yards and boundaries, and also help to tell you this is what is going, just to resist the process. And this will be first implemented in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. It is being replicated in other cities like Mumbai and Maharashtra. See, floods in Chennai, city of Chennai, is its combination of it being a mega city unplanned. Why the flooding in Chennai? Mainly due to the unplanned mobilization and urbanization and high population density. Then we are going to study about a historian, a person, PT, Pandit Madan Mohan Malaviya. This is in the point of view you can expect for prelims. See, Madan Mohan Malaviya is otherwise known, he was a educationalist and a freedom fighter, and he was known as Mahamanna. First time in 1886 he joined the Indian National Congress at the Calcutta session. Then Malaviya rose up ranks, become president for 4 times. That 1909 he was the president, in 1918 he was the president, in 1930 Delhi session he was a president, and 1932 in Calcutta session also Madan Mohan Malaviya was the president. He was a co-founder of Banaras Hindu University, and he served as the vice chancellor of the university from 1919 to 1938. He espoused free and compulsory. What was his main aim? He told that you should give compulsory and primary education, and opposed the British rulers and labours, everything. And he was supported the nationalization of railways. And he was the earlier leader of Hindu Mahasabha, and he helped to found it in 1906. He was midway between, he was not a liberal, he was not an extremist, he was not a moderate, but in between everything. He was something between every and everything. That was Pandit Madan Mohan Malaviya. Storage of payment system data. Such a kind of data is by Reserve Bank of India to provide the storage of payment, where to store the payment. It is like a database system which collects the entire details of every bank into a one system, and the authority is Reserve Bank of India. And Reserve Bank of India is the only authority to do such activities, and it is under the Payment and Settlement Act 2018. Payment and Settlement Act 2007. It came under 2007. This is of storage of payment data. What is it? Just a server to send all the things. What is it? Basically, as the name indicates, it is a server. It's an online program or something to collect and spread the entire data of banking system in a single portal. It ensure what it ensure transparency, it ensure infrastructure facility. Okay, it gives directives to the banks through this window. It tell you what a bank should do, what a bank should not do. Everything will be told by the RBI. The directions are therefore applicable to all banks operating in India. It is also respect to transaction system. It may be between intermediaries like payment gateways and process of ecosystem engaged in authorized and approved by payment services. Then this is all you have to know about it. Then we are going to discuss about microbots. Microbots are small robots, simple robots. It is like a mission, very millimeters, just a millimeter mission. What is the use of it? It is used for the future biomedicine. It is used in the field of biomedicine, and it is helping the existing technology or existing people to do the things in a proper way. Microbots, small tiny robots. It had the system of a robot. It is like a robot, but a smaller miniature version of a robot which helps the disruptive technology and utilization in the biomedicine field or biomedical field. Basic principles of how a microbots work. Microbots. So just go through it. It is like an industrial robot, same like that of a robot. I have told you, microbots are same like that of a robot. It have a sensor system. It have an actuator is the, okay, have you seen a robot? You have seen in some films and all what is a robot. So same like, but it's a miniature version. It is mainly used in the principle of industrialization and stimulating the sensor. What are the primary components? It have a sensor where everything is being sensed. Microbots are like a sensory robots with having a sensor part is the, then it have an actuator part, and also it's have a microcontroller part. Then it is a power source to power all the parts of a robot, a platform to power all the things. A software will be there, it will be working on this. And what is a major challenge of a microbot? As it said, it is a tiny robot. What is the use of microbots? Is there any use for the microbots in any things? It is actually a thing. So never confuse microbots with microdots. Microdots is a technology. Microbots, we discussed about microbots. It's like a small tiny robot to help or assist the medical supervision in this field. It will be helping the patients. It will be directly giving all those things, but its problem is tiny size. Never confuse it with microdots technology. It is something. Microdots technology is related with the what? With vehicles. It is a draft rule that amends motor vehicle rules of 1989, which allow motor vehicles to be affixed in permanent and nearly invisible microdot that can physically what microscope and define the ultralight and this is its standard is being developed by Automotive Industry Standard Committee. Decide the standard of microdot, never confuse. Microbot is for the useful of medicine and other. Microdot for what? For road infrastructure, and it is like a tiny organism. It will be fixed in the vehicles. It will be using the ultralight technology. So never confused with microbots and microdots. So researchers of American Physical Society in Boston has developed this. This is all you want to know about microbots and microdots. What are the applications of microbots? We are discussing about microbots, not microdots. Okay. It is help for the drug delivery. You can use for neuroscience. Pollution microbots, solution to move heavy metals such as arsenic, mercury, cadmium from water. Industrial application. These are its application. How is drug delivery? So it is used in the drug delivery, like it is a small system. You don't want to do a surgery and all. You can do directly destroy the tumor cells. Also you can perform biopsy. You can destroy the kidney stones all with this tiny micro robot. It can go through your body. It can solve these problems. This is how it helps in the drug delivery. Then it can be used in the neuroscience. That is, microbots can be used to serve nerve signals in brain. It will be controlling your brain and your nerve signals. Then it will be controlling the pollution. It will be filling a solution for the remove the metals, lead, arsenic, mercury, cadmium, chromium, etc. It is also applicable for the industrial application. It can be used for the performing cleaning operation in industrial mission, IC engines, etc. Cleaning of batteries everywhere it is being, because when microbots are inserted to the batteries, it have a increasing the lives of the battery. Two terms, microbots and microdots, never confuse. Then we are going to see a question. Recently, oil sapper was in news. What is it? What is oil sapper? It is an eco-friendly technology for remediation of oily sludge and oil spills. It is the latest technology developed for undersea oil exploration. It is a genetic engineered high biofuel yielding maize variety. It is the latest technology to control accidentally caused flames from oil wells. Oil, sludge or oil spills. Latest technology to develop for undersea oil exploration. Genetically engineered high biofuel yielding maize variety. It is a latest technology to control accidentally caused flames from oil wells. It does mainly deals with the oil sapper, a remediation technology for oil sludge and oil spills. This was a question which has been asked in 2011. Why I am taking this question? Because recently also the news has been done. When you are checking UPSC previous year questions, you can see that there are some repetition of questions. So this is what happened during the oil spill. Always it comes to the, what is the problem with the oil spill? It affects the marine organisms in a lot. Oil spills can affect the marine organism because it is coming to the water. It is polluting the water. It is destroying the things. So it will be in marine technology. Will be helping it. Then what is oil sapper? It is a chemical method of a treatment which is used for the leaked oil from oil tankers in the sea, and it uses the bioremediation technique which uses bacteria. See what happens during sometimes the bacteria or the oil or the sea will be filled with oil or oil things, and it will be coming to this, some oil spills happen. You have to clean it. How can you clean it? You can't go and clean it using your something and all. For that, a technology has been developed, and that technology is known as oil sapper. In this technology, what is being used? It is a technology which is used for treatment of leaked oil from oil tankers in the sea. It is like a bioremediation technique which uses, here bacteria is being used between the temperature of 8 degrees and 40 degrees. Old oil layers will be collected. It is in a powdered form which is sprayed over the leaked oils. 3 to 4 months it is cheaper than any traditional process. See, oil is spilled over there. You can't go and clean it using something and you have to clean it. Unless if you're not cleaning it, oil spill can cause a lot of problem. It can affect the marine environment. To solve this problem, this has been developed and this is being used. So this is all about it. It is like a treatment where a bacteria is being used under 8 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius. Bacteria will be coming, bacteria will be cleaning it. It is like in a powder form, it will be powdered over there here, and the bacteria will be engulfing it, will be cleaning it. It is very cheaper than the traditional way of cleaning all this stuff, and this bacteria is biodegradable bacteria. It will be degraded between 3 to 4 months. Then consider the following statement about Spurti app. It was launched by Ministry of Communication. It will help farmers to collect real time about weather. Which of the following is or are not correct? Statement 1. Consider the following about Spurti app. It was launched by the Ministry of Communication. It helped farmers to collect real time about weather. Which of the following is or not correct? Option A, 1 only. Option B, 2 only. Option C, 1 and 2, and D, none. The answer is none. We are going to read it. Spurti. Smart freight operation optimization and real-time information. This is something regarded with, Spurti app is regarded with Ministry of Railways to give the real-time application. You can actually manage the traffic using an app. Through this app, yes, the government will be knowing, okay, where the if a train is coming. See, there are many frequency of train accidents in northern plain, in many parts of the country. To avoid all these things, 40 apps has been used. Here, this app is a real-time information. It manages planned traffic flows, optimize the freight operation through Freight Operation Information Map, or Geographical Information System is being used here. Through this, it will be it is like a managing tool which manages about the what? It manages about what it is managing. It manages how the railway is moving, the train is moving, train is not moving. Everything will be mapped here. It's like GPS system or GIS system, as Geographical Information System is being used here. It can track both passenger and freight trains, loading and unloading, hours, zones, divisions, single GIS view. It helps to avoid the accidents. It is like a viewing the things. Spurti app. It is launched by Ministry of Railways. Then consider the following statements on Nihang. They are a tribal community in northeastern India. They belong to Mongol tribe. Which of the following statement is or are correct or true? See, they are tribal community in northeastern India. They belong to Mongol tribe. Which of the following statements is or correct? The 1, 2. A only, B 2 only, C both 1 and 2, D none. The option is D, none. Nihang. So we will see who is Nihang. These people are known as Nihang. Nihangs are Sikh community people. It was during the era of Guru Gobind Sagar. They was emerged. They are like protecting the people. Before the independence, they were the protecting gang and they were into the army, everything. Now also they are there, but they have come to a least quality. This is their head. Okay, this is the head of Nihang. He will be having a turban like this. These are not tribes, they are the Sikh people, Sikh soldiers who protect the people. Nihang, just remember this blue cloth. they have a uniform, and that uniform is a blue color turban, blue color uniform, along with what? Rifles. This is a uniform. They are not simply putting it, this is a uniform blue color. It having turban. Always Sikh people's having turban. They are not tribes. They are warfare community before independence. Still they are remains like that. Why this news came? One of the person has cut down a hand of another person. So it came to the news. So we want to know who is Nihangs. Nihang is an order of Sikh warriors which is characterized by blue robes. They have equips. They might be having spears, sword, and decorated turbans surmounted by steel cords. See this. How it is. This is their head. It is decorated with many things. It is having a steel thing, like a symbol is being given. See here, there is a steel symbol. They will be of blue thing. You know that these people always carry swords. Sikh people having a sword, that is a basic right. And they also having rifles. They are the warrior communities before the independence. And still in our country, they are belongs to the warrior community. And they are doing the business. Then they are order of Guru Granth Sahib. They are unresisted and fearless persons. They have a courageous person. And their slogan is Chakkedari Kala, Tiyar Bar Tiyar. State of over preparedness for unseen event. Any person irrespective of caste or creed can be included. Nihan provided the unshorn hair as per the Sikh tradition at the time of entering the sect. So there is not belong to the caste or creed. Anybody, any Sikh people can include into this community of Nihang. Only thing is they need what breed and hair as prescribed by the Sikh community, which is an usual thing among them while joining this. And Nihangs have found of a popular drink that is called a Shahidari or Sarbati. It's like a duck which is ground almond, catmint, purple and poppy seeds, black pepper, rose petals, melon seeds, everything is done, and it's a sacrament drink. They used it and this is very fond of them. Their origin can be traced back to Guru Gobind Singh, Kalasha of Guru Gobind Singh of 1699. The word Nihang is occur in a name of the hymn in Guru Govind's Granth. Guru Granth Sahib, there is a name known as Nihang in a hymn, and that name is being there. Its community can be traced back to Kalasha by Guru Gobind Singh in 1699. Then we are going to consider another question, that is classical languages of India. There are 6. Consider this question. Before that, we'll just move to, we'll just revise it. We'll just go and see, because we have come across a lot of things. Many things means many things. We have detailed account of what is tropical cyclones. After that, we had seen what is sea flows. It is a managing system or integrated based managing coastal management zone to regulate and see if area floods or area not floods. It projects the 3D visual of flooding in the infrastructure, building roads and ward and boundaries. And first of this will be implemented in Chennai, later to Mumbai and Maharashtra. Mumbai in Maharashtra. This is it. Then we discussed about Pradhan Pandit Madan Mohan Malaviya. He was a freedom fighter, educational journalist. He is known as Mahamanna. He was joined in the Indian National Congress at Calcutta session in 1886, and like 4 times he became the president, and in 1909 election in Lahore session, 1980 Delhi session, 1930 Delhi session, and 1932 Calcutta session. He is also along the Vice Chancellor of Banaras Hindu University. He propagated that you should give free education to people and supported British nationalization of railways. He is one of the founders of Hindu Mahasabha. Then short storage of payment system we discussed, who is the owner. Then we discussed of microbots and what is its use, what is advantages. Never confuse microbots with microdots. Microdots for us also something developed in India for tracking the vehicles. Microdots. This is microbots, like a robot, which is which can be very small thing. You can go into the cell. It can destroy the cancer cells and all. It's used in the treatment and industrial process, cleaning bacteria, etc. Then application. Then we discussed about oil sapper. What is it? And you can expect a question from that. What is it? It's like a treatment where like a treatment using bacteria. It's like a bioremediation technique which is being used. It is like a powder form. It has been sprayed over the leaked areas. What is its speciality? The bacterium degrades oil completely within 3 to 4 months. The process may prove to be very useful in sea pollution control and maintain ecological balance in the sea. The technique is 40% cheaper than other traditional process. Then we discuss about Spurti app. It is launched by Ministry of Railway. Then we discussed about the community in Nihang. It is a Sikh community. See this. You just remember this pictorial representation. Something is there in head. They have long beads and all these things are there. Nihang community. Then we are going to discuss about classical languages in India. Consider the following statements about classical languages. There are 6 classical languages in India. A language will be given when literary tradition be original and not borrowed from another speech community. There are 6 classical languages in India. A language will be given when literary tradition be original and not borrowed from another speech community. Option A 1 only, option B 2, option C 1 and 2, D none. This is correct now, but now this is not correct because one more classical languages has been added. That is now onwards we are having 7 classical languages, that is Marathi is included. And a language will be given literary tradition to be original and not borrowed from another speech community. Option B 2 only, it's correct. Then what are classical languages? Classical languages is a language, what is it? If it is having a tradition, it has been from centuries or no, that is you should have a test at least before 1500 to 2000 years back. A scripture is there, a text is there, you can write, you can read, then such language is known as classical language. How a language being discussed as a classical language? A language is discussed as a classical language when it have a different valuable heritage of generation or speakers. The literary tradition be original and not borrowed from any speech or community. The classical languages and literature being distant from modern, and there may be discontinuity between classical languages and different form or offshoots. Highly antiquity and earlier tests recorded in history over a period of 1500 to 2000 years. So at 93rd edition of Akhila Bharatiya Marathi Sankhya Sammelana, a resolution was passed demanding the declaration of Marathi as a classical language. So there is a confusion in the question, right? Consider the following statement. This is why I have purposefully given this, because you might be confused. There are only 6 classical languages in our country, but Marathi languages are asking that you should be given a classical form. This is, I have purposefully wronged this, okay, to understand, because you might be confused. You have seen somewhere in news that Marathi is a language. So obviously you will go and say, yeah, Marathi is there. No, Marathi is not it, but Akhila Bharatiya Marathi, they are asking to include this as the classical language. So currently there are 6 languages enjoy classical status. Tamil declared in 2014 for Sanskrit 2005, Kannada 2008, Telugu 2008, Malayalam 2013 and Odia 2014. Recently, the government of India has set up first music museum in which of the following states? Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Delhi and Karnataka. Think for a while. India has set up first music museum in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Delhi and Karnataka. The answer is B. Tamil Nadu. So India's first music museum is being set up in Tamil Nadu. Why? Tanjavur. Because of Tanjavur. Saint Tyagaraja has born in Tanjavur. So in his birthplace, Tiruvayur is his birthplace, a music museum has been set up, and this is first kind of that. Who is Saint Tyagaraja? He is one of the trinity of classic Carnatic music. Another two are Muthuswami Dikshitar and Shyama Shastri. Another two are Muthuswami Dikshitar and Shyama Shastri. His components are outpouring of love, prayer and appeal. It's a music of devotion. He was most illustrious composer among Trinity and Bhakti. He mainly composed of Bhakti songs and it was key notes. He firmly believed that Nadobhasana is this. He always mixed everything with Bhakti. He mastered selfless devotion without any desire, and it is Nikshama Bhakti. He was an ardent devotee of Lord Rama. And many of his kirtanas are devoted to Rama. Carnatic music, which language is it in? His compositions are mainly in Saint Tyagaraja's compositions as in Telugu. He mainly composed in Telugu. He set first in Narastruti, a praise for men prophet, a philosophy and principle underlying Hindu knowledge. So he mainly profited or he praised the philosophy of Narastuti. Okay. In fact, he is a principle of all the system of, he emphasized on Guru Shiksha, Guru Kulavasa, a discipline of learning and master. Not for money, okay. Tyagaraja, and every year there is a Tyagaraja festival which is being held in Tiruvayur as a tribute to Saint Tyagaraja. Hundreds of musicians will be coming and performing Tyagaraja Panchatra Kirtans in unison. This is all about Tyagaraja. So we are winding up today's classes. You can follow me on what? You can follow me on Telegram using this link. Notes will be there provided. You can also avail a 10% of discount by using my user code BIJU, and my phone number is 9497811785. So please like, share and subscribe. There won't be any section tomorrow at 5 p.m. but there will be a session from morning 7 o'clock not in YouTube as a live, a special session which is a revision module for your prelims. The links you can get it from my Telegram link, or you can personally WhatsApp me for the link. Thank you. Hope and good night. We'll see you tomorrow.